planner friends, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites. Today I have a planner that I am truly excited to share with you and tell you about the changes. This is the Mom on the Go planner, and it is actually from intheleafytreetops.com. I was looking in here to see if it said that anywhere. Anyway, this is the Mom on the Go planner. That's the name of it. It's from intheleafytreetops.com. They make a couple different planners. This one is specifically for moms, so it has a lot of features in here for if you have kids. There is one that is called their Simple Planner. So it has taken out a lot of the mom features and put in some other stuff that you might need. I don't have one of those to review. They also have a Mormon Mom Planner because the owner of the company, I believe, are Mormon, and they have just stuff in there that has to do with stuff that we might do in our church that other people might not do, like a family night once a week. So it like adds that into your family calendar and some other things like that. That would be religion specific. But this one has Christian undertones. Even though it's just the Mormon Mom Planner, you will see in here there's like a Bible reading chart and quotes that have Christian-based undertones. So I would say, you know, if you're not a Christian and you don't like that type of stuff and quotes going on, then this is not the planner for you. But if you are a Christian and you like that type of stuff, this is a beautiful planner. Okay, so I wanted to show you, this is 6 by 9, and I wanted to show you a size comparison with Erin Condren, just so you know, like a basic Erin Condren is 7 by 9, I believe. I will check those measurements. So if you line these up, you can see the kind of difference. There's just a little, it's literally an inch, and that's it. It's an inch in how wide the page is. The Mormon Mom Planner is thicker than, the Mormon Mom Planner is only 12 months here, and this is a 12-month Erin Condren. The 12-month Erin Condren is a lot thinner. There's more pages in the Mormon Mom Planner. But the spiral is not that much bigger. It's a tad bigger. It's probably the same size as the Erin Condren 18-month spiral, because I have the 18-month Erin Condren for my journaling in the horizontal, and that's in some of my other videos. That's probably about the spiral. So you only have about an inch difference in page loss. I will do a whole nother review video comparing the Erin Condren to this one because they have a lot of similarities in the way the page is set up and the layout. But that will be a different video. This one, I just wanted to show you size-wise, but this one is just going to be about the Mom on the Go planner. I reviewed this for the 2017 calendar year, okay? This is the 2017-2018 academic year starting in August. So this runs August 2017 through July 2018, okay? On my site, I have a review of their calendar year 2017. They have done a lot of upgrades to this one. So this is their newer one. Number one, they've upgraded the cover. I love it. It seems to be thicker, and also you don't see any lamination on it where it's cut. It's laminated, but it is, it's not cut there. Like the laminating doesn't stick over the edge. I really like how they've done their edges on there. It looks really nice. I didn't pick my cover. No, I will say up front, they mailed me this for a review for free. I didn't have to pay anything, but all these opinions are my own. They do not tell me to say anything. They don't hold me to anything that I have to say or do with it. So all these opinions are my own. I truthfully didn't think I would be this excited about it, but I love the cover they picked for me. It is absolutely beautiful. There's the back. Even the back is lovely. Honestly, you guys, so much in this planner, the way it's set up, I could see working for me, and I've written in a lot of stuff so I can show you. It's just the daily spaces are so small for me. You guys know how I like to write big and scribble things all over, but let me show you this. Anyway, you open it up, and it's that nice lamination. You know me, how I like to stick my little cut up sticky notes in here, so I can just grab them off my Passion Planner or my Erin Condren. And so I would have this covered in sticky notes, you know. Here's another big upgrade. So they upgraded their cover. They put this beautiful vellum sheet in the front. And it's beautiful. It says life organized. Love it. It's a really nice touch. And I am honestly not like a scrapbooker type of person. But the prints they picked for this one are really pretty. I really love them. And then they have quotes throughout it. We must remember that we did not come to this earth to gain our worth. We brought it with us. So there are Christian-based quotes in it, like I said. Here's your year at a glance, 2017, 2018. I like how that's laid out in all different colors. And 2018 to 2019, since this is, of course, the academic year. They laid it out and gave you plenty ahead there. Here's plan ahead for 2018 to 2019. Wow. And here is birthdays and anniversaries. So what you have here are all your months laid out, because this planner starts in August, okay? And so this is just for the time span of this planner, your 12 months that are laid out. So you wouldn't have to use this for birthdays and anniversaries, because people use those pages for so many different things. Like, I've even used mine before for big bill reminders. So like twice a year we pay our car insurance. So I would write down which months those are in and how much it is. Or like what other big bills? Like our life insurance, our big bill comes once a year. I'd write that down. Our HOA comes twice a year. I would write that down. So those kind of big expenses, I kind of like to see where they're laid out and remember which months we're going to have those big expenses on. Some people who do Dave Ramsey might like to lay that out to see like for their sinking funds if you do that. This is a few of my favorite things. I guess just to fill in your favorite treat, season, flower, restaurant, store, scripture, you know. I don't really know why you would need to fill that out for yourself, but maybe you could give it to your spouse for gift ideas. Contacts, if you need to scribble anybody's, if you don't have your phone with you or something, or name, address, type of thing. I honestly don't see myself really using those pages. Yearly medical appointments, this was one of the new pages they added in. Oh, and I haven't even mentioned, you guys, the biggest upgrade to this. The biggest upgrade is their paper. They majorly upgraded their paper. Now, I did not find it on their site saying what the pound weight of it was or the GSM, but I can tell you from the calendar year one that I reviewed that I had, and they said they did a major paper upgrade. This is a major paper upgrade. This paper is really nice. Their other paper was just so-so. This puts it into the nice, really nice planner class. And I'll show you how the pins show through on it in a little bit. So yearly medical appointments, you have doctor, pediatrician, OBGYN, dentist, optometrist, immunizations, ENT, dermatologist, counselor, surgery, other. And then you could write each family member's name in here if you wanted to keep track of like when they went to the doctor or when they went to the pediatrician, for what. So just to keep track of your appointments or maybe keep track of how much money was spent there. Your healthcare information, if you want to enter in your doctors and your phone numbers, your pharmacies, prescriptions. Actually, I would see this being really helpful because half the time I cannot remember like what medicine we were given later on and the reason and maybe the date we got it. A symptom tracker. I have to do this a lot. But this wouldn't be a big enough space for me, but it's a great idea. Who, symptoms, frequency, and the date, so you can keep track of that. I would need like a whole page for a symptom tracker. But, and I can't imagine families with many kids that the symptom tracker wouldn't last very long. But I would say a whole page of prescriptions would be great, and an entire page of a symptom tracker for me would be great. I honestly don't really need my doctors and my phone numbers laid out here because that's all in my phone. But I know some people might want that. And let me mention, along with the upgraded paper, it's just the way that these sheets look and are organized. I love how things stand out and you can find it easily. So this is just important and handy information. Professionals like attorney, accountant, vet, salon, plumber, yard, electrician, insurance information, church leader information, if you want to fill that in, babysitters, online accounts and subscriptions information, favorite blogs and websites, Personally, I probably wouldn't be filling all that in because it's in my phone, but it's nice if you want to keep track of that in your planner to have that option. This planner has just a ton of extras like that, especially for moms. Now, their simple planner is not for moms, and I don't know what extras would be in there, if there wouldn't be quite as many. I'm guessing there wouldn't be. Thank you cards and gifts. So you have a nice quote there to go with it, and then you can make a list of who you need to send a thank you card to, just a plain blank grid page. This is your Bible reading chart. If you want to keep track of where you're reading and color in like each box, this is really nice. You have all the Old Testament and the whole New Testament, and you can color in each box as you read. That's nice, especially if you want to skip around, but you want to keep track of where you're reading too. I think that it's nice. They've added that in there. It only takes up 2 pages. So if you don't want to use it, it's no biggie. But if you want to use it, it's really nice to have everything in one book. Now, each of their months has a different theme and a quote at the front. And then this flower theme runs on every page of that month. We will get into that. So, yeah, I filled out some of August so you guys could see. Here's August. Be a pineapple, stand tall, wear a crown, and always be sweet. I like that. It's very pretty for August. What I'm going to do first is just go through and show you each month so you can see the theme. This month is kind of like notebook paper. Though we are incomplete, God loves us completely. Though we are imperfect, God loves us perfectly. Though we may feel lost and without compass, God's love encompasses us completely. And so I like, that's cute. September's notebook paper. October is that called tartan plaid? I could be wrong. With the flowers, it's pretty. I love this quote. The joy we feel has little to do with the circumstances of our lives and everything to do with the focus of our lives. Okay, so if you don't want to see each month, you can fast forward a little bit right now. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And that November is like a wood theme. December, you have some nice stripes and poinsettias. You know me, being a seasons and colors person, I absolutely love how this planner flows with the seasons. Jesus Christ is the light that dispels fear, provides assurance and direction, and engenders endearing peace and joy. And a lot of these quotes are from our church leaders, our 12 apostles of the Mormon Church, of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So sometimes we're called LDS or Mormon. So I will say some of these have been from just the Bible, but some have been from our church 12 apostles. But they're nothing that, as you can tell from me reading them, they have nothing to do with specifically our religion. They are just with Christianity. They go nothing away from just what the Bible teaches. Knowing where you are going and how you expect to get there can bring meaning, purpose, and accomplishment to life. So January is gray polka dots. February is pink stripes and pretty flowers. Be a woman who overcomes obstacles by tackling them in faith instead of tiptoeing around them in fear. March is a pretty green flower. God does not begin by asking us about our ability, but only about our availability. And if we then prove our dependability, He will then increase our capability. Okay, this April is this pretty blue and purple with birds. No matter how you feel, get up, dress up, show up, and never give up. May is this really, I love that for Mother's Day. Pretty flowers and the cute bike. Kneel down to pray, step up to serve, reach out to rescue. I love that. And June is cute, peacocks. Admire someone else's beauty without questioning your own. That's a good one. And July, I like this for July, even though I probably like something red, white, and blue, Americana too, but I like this. Born to stand out. Okay, so that's all their months, and now we're going to go through what the weeks look like. I really wanted to give you an idea of what this planner is about, though, because since it's Christian-based and it's quite different from like the mainstream plum paper or Erin Condren, which I have all those videos on my site of. So if you're into like the scrapbooking look and you're Christian and you think you could fit your stuff in this planner, I think you would love it. Okay, the tabbed pages are cardstock. These are really durable, really nice. I don't think you could have any problems with your tabs. And I like how the color of the tab matches the month theme. So the one thing I don't like is, I've said this before in my plum paper video, I don't like this in plum paper either, and I don't like it in any planner. When I turn my tab, I want to be on that month's calendar. I mean, that's just how I work. I don't want to turn one more page and then be into that month's calendar. So that's a nitpicky thing of just how I am and kind of how I work. I'm going to go down a little bit more because I want you to be able to see all the details here. Okay, so the tab, when you go to the tab, you're not right into the month. You're into this, you get a dot grid note page every month, and then you get a month kind of like, I would call it title page. And every month is the same things. Every month is the same things, it's just different colors. It says, how can I strengthen my relationship with? And then it's Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ, Spirit, my spouse, my children, friends, family, neighbors. So it's kind of like your goals for strengthening your relationships that month, if you wanted to use that or if you didn't want to use it. But it's there every month, and I like that because, I mean, to me, the most important things that, we develop on this earth are our relationships, these relationships right here. And so to remind ourselves every month that that's the most important thing and what can I do to strengthen those, I actually love that reminder myself. So here is your monthly calendar. I have filled in some stuff on here so you guys can see. This was written with a Sharpie pen, and then some of these other were written with my G2 Pilot pen, which I happen to have right here. So some of this was written with my G2 Pilot, and some was written with a Sharpie pen, which I don't have in here. But I wanted to fill in some of my August so you guys could just see if I was using it, how it would look. Then you get the next 2 months ahead down here. If you can fit that in, I really like it. You don't have to flip to those months to look when you're planning out. And that, wow, you even get an extra month. There's only a teeny section for notes though. The squares are just probably like barely big enough for me because I usually, like to write bigger, and some days we have more than one event. Now you can see there is a little bit of show through from this other page, but their paper feels really thick and really nice to write on, and it's majorly upgraded. And I've written a lot on here for our week. So that was how your month looks. You just have the month name, it all goes with the color theme, the year, a little bit of note section, and your boxes are a little bit more rectangular than square. Okay, it's a Sunday start on your big calendar, like most all planner monthly views are a Sunday start, unless it's something special you pick like Passion Planner. So it's a Sunday start, typical monthly calendar. Now their weekly start, and I'll show you a blank page too. Let's start with a blank page that I didn't write on yet, and you can see how my writing shows through a little bit. But honestly, my Emily Lay Daily ghosts worse than this does, and Emily Lay Daily costs a lot more. I can't remember, but I think this one is only $30. No, sorry, 34. I think it's 34. It might be 36 at the most. So I was just going to show you in my Emily Lay Daily, like ghosting through here, because I have a whole video about this. But for her price, I just don't think that you should have that kind of ghosting through. So this planner is a lot cheaper, and their paper feels just as thick as this, and there we go. It goes through less than Emily Lay. So for the price, it really doesn't bother me. I like the look of this planner. The thing that I probably just couldn't use it for myself is because it's a smaller area than I'm used to. And you guys know I write big, but I like so many elements about it. Okay, so what I was going to point out is the majority, okay, of weekly planners, their calendar all starts on a Sunday. And then their weeks all start on a Monday for most of the majority. Passion Planner lets you choose. Anyway, those are in my videos of that. But most of them just start on a Monday. This one starts on a Sunday like you do with Passion Planner. I actually have gotten used to that with my Passion Planner, and I see good and bad in both. I'll tell you why, for my thinking. I actually like it because you're turning to a new week on Sunday and you're looking ahead already to see what is going on for that week. The only reason I don't like it is because I have a lot of church responsibilities. And so when it comes to Saturday, I can't just see at the end of that week, what are my responsibilities for that Sunday? What am I going to be doing? I help run the primary, which is our children's classes from age 3 to 12. 3 through 11, they age up at 12. And so I can't see what my responsibilities are that Sunday, teaching wise, are, because I have to flip to the next week already on Saturday to like prep for Sunday. And so I kind of like to see it just because of all my Sunday responsibilities right here at the end of my week. So all week I can be seeing what I'm doing that Sunday instead of flipping and looking. But I've gotten used to flipping and looking with my passion planner. And Sunday starting makes sense to me because your monthly calendars always start on a Sunday. Where is that? Your monthly view, okay, always starts on a Sunday. And it makes sense to me that on Sunday, the day that most of us look ahead to look at what our week looks like, if we have not already flipped the calendar to look ahead, then it makes it harder because we're still trying to see, oh, what are we doing on Sunday? And then you're not really flipping your calendar till Monday morning unless you go in there to plan, and then you're not seeing what's coming up. So to me, you can see I'm kind of torn. I see the good and the bad in both. I can honestly live with either Sunday or Monday start on these weekly calendars because I've lived with both, but I cannot, absolutely not live with a Monday start on my monthly calendar because I've never had that. And I don't know how I would get used to that. Okay, so I wrote in a lot of stuff from this week because I wanted to show you guys, we are on Wednesday of this week right now, and I wanted to show you guys what it would look like if I was using it. I wrote in a quote like that just stuck out to me from my scripture reading this week. This box, so they have all these little extra boxes you can use for whatever you want, and I kind of really like that. I like how they have the date big at the top so you can see. And I wrote 3 weeks till school starts. We're not excited about that. And then you have a little habit tracker put in right here. And yes, it is tiny, but if all you need to do is check off, it's big enough. And so I just put gym, my son's violin, and then my S and J is my scripture and journal. But you have room to track 4 things here. So as you guys know, if you've watched any of my other videos, you're well aware that I would use my top box for my appointments or my errands or my go-tos for the day. So you can even have a space to label your boxes. But that would be my go for the day or my big important thing that's happening that day. So I've just kind of filled in stuff so you can see. And you guys know, since I keep my to-dos in a separate notebook, which I have a whole video on right now, I'm using the Erin Condren hardbound notebook for my to-do list. There is actually enough room on here for me right now. I might plan more weeks in here and just have fun with it and see how it goes. So there is enough room because my to-dos are all in another place. And then as the day comes, I kind of just put stuff in I need to remember. Down here, I just kind of wrote what I did at the gym that day. That's my G. So you could use this for meal planning. You could use this for keeping track of your exercise or your eating. I don't know. There could be a lot of different stuff. Or you could use a whole bottom box for your exercise or your eating. So there's a lot of options. Then you have a remember this and you have another blank box. So they give you several blank boxes per week that you can think about how you want to use. Now your weekly to-do list, they give you a little place to check everything off, but it's very tiny to write in. And to me, I'm not sure why I don't like the dotted lines there, but that's just me. It makes it harder for me to focus on what is actually written on my list. So I'm not sure. But you know what? I can check off. And as you see, I write so big, and you know I love to cross things off. We just went to the Scout store and the violin store this morning, so I can check that off. All right, so that's your weekly layout. I want to show you some other blank weeks and some other months so you can see it blank and not filled out. So let's look. So when you get to the month, let's look how the month ends. Let's go to there. Oh, and they do give you a whole back to school section at the end of August here. So yeah, let me show you these goodies that you get. At the end of every month, So this is where I said it's a lot thicker than Erin Condren. You get a lot more. So if you're someone who wants to keep all your informations and all your lists in one place, and you want to be reminded of important lists to even make that you might not even think about, this could be a great planner for you. At the end of every month, you have a to read, people to visit. So it's like for that month, you could write in August up here, but I think you know it's August because the theme goes along with it. You could write in anything you want. Another blank box, checklist for August, right there. To read, people to visit, places to visit. So that's all for August. I actually love that page because I would use that page. Monthly budget. So this is a kind of detailed budget page. If you want to check off, if you've paid these things, you have lots of blank lines to add in more. You can write in how much you spent that much, planned and actual. Here's your income part, wages or salaries, other income, total income. So this, for someone who's really trying to do Dave Ramsey or really trying to work on your budget and you want to have it in your planner, this is actually really a good layout, I think. Then they have a pray for, a call or write, and gifts to give. I think those are great reminders for the month. I like those. And you have lots of blank boxes to decide what to put in there. You have that for every month. You also have this for every month, and I haven't figured out what I would use it for. But basically, it's another monthly calendar layout, but done in a different way, where you have week 1 of your month, week 2 of August, week 3 of August, week 4 of August, and week 5 of August, okay? And then here's your days, Sunday. So these are all your Sundays in August. These are all your Mondays in August. You see, these are all your Tuesdays in August. Now, I mean, I can think of a couple different ways if you wanted to use this. They're just giving it to you as another planning tool. You could use it as a budget calendar if you literally wanted to write in like how much you were spending every day. You could use it as a planning tool for like gym workouts. You could use it as a meal prep page, like a meal planning page. Because I know like some people even always eat like, Taco Tuesdays, the same thing every Tuesday. Anyway, so this could be, your meal prep, you could keep track of habits on this page, of gym on what day you went and what you did, or of your scripturing and journaling, or of your morning miracle morning. There's just so much you could keep track of on here if you needed another calendar and a way to keep track of it. And you could see how you're doing on week 1 of the month, week 2 of the month, week 3. I don't know what I would use it for, but I like the idea that it's in here. And 2 more lists. Then they give you a whole nother list page. This is at the end of every single month. You get this, a blank header and 4 lists. Then you have just a whole nother blank grid page. Since I make a lot of notes and to-do lists everywhere, I could totally see those just being used. Now, here's your whole back to school section you get at the end of August. Back to school schedule. Now, this would not be in their non-mom planner. In their simple planner, this would not be in there. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and they're saying, you could probably plug in each kid, and then you could write down what extracurriculars that kid had on what day at what time. That's nice. Or if different kids have different pickup times because they have a violin practice or sectionals or whatever going on. Goals for the school year. I really like that. Even if you were going to have each kid and what their goal was, and kind of to-dos to get you set up for back to school. That's nice to have. Back to school shopping list. It's nice. You could have it divided by up to 6 kids. Kind of like the big stuff. If you're thinking, oh, so-and-so needs a new PE uniform, you can put that under their name. So-and-so needs their violin bow rehaired and new strings on their violin. You put that under that kid. I could see how this being very helpful, especially if you have many kids that are school age, because it would be divided out by kid. School info, I don't see where you would be writing this in because like everyone has it on their phone now, but if you needed to keep track of that. Extracurriculars, the name, their phone number, and maybe what days they're on. That's another place to keep track of it. Then you have blank note pages. Another one. There are plenty of note pages. So in September, you start with that exact same, how can I strengthen my relationships with Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ, Spirit, my spouse, my children, friends, family, neighbors. Okay, then you go into the month of September and you still get your October, November look. Then this is what your theme for September is, the notebook paper, so it carries over to the edges of everything. And this is what your blank weeks look like. So if you need to pause it and look at this blank week to see if you could make it work for you, then this is a good place to pause it and look at that. Okay, so like I said, you have a lot of blank boxes. You have a little habit tracker. You have plenty of ways to organize kind of however you want. And you have your date written up here. And then, of course, the date is right here too. The 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th at the top of that day. All right. Oh, I could also see this being used for weather since there's really no room to put like weather at the top. I just randomly thought of that. Okay, so at the end of each month, there won't be another school section. Let me go over again what you have. You have the to read, people to visit, places to visit, extra notes, the monthly budget, the pray for, the call or write, the gifts to give. Then you have your, I'm not sure what this type of calendar is called. I guess I should look that up. Where your weeks are going down like this, divided into weeks. I'm not sure what that's called, but in your extra notes, this is at the end of every single month. And then 2 note pages and 1 on the back. So you have 3 note pages at the end of every month. You don't have the extra school section. So here's what October looks like, just so you guys can know. Here is what a November page looks like with the wood. Here is what your December looks like with the candy cane stripes. I like that. January with the gray polka dots. Like that. February with the pink stripes. March, sorry about the camera bumps, is the flowers with the green accents. April is your little art design with the blue and the purple. May is the really pretty flowers for Mother's Day, which I love. I just love how it gives every month a totally different look and feel. Because every month in my mind does have a really different look and feel to me as far as activities and seasons and things go. So I just love, this planner would make me happy because of that look and feel and colors. And I love that about it. And then June is just this pretty blue pattern, and July, since it was the cute flamingo that we saw earlier, it's just the blue stripes. Okay, when the calendar ends, so you have your end of month stuff at the end of every month, and when the calendar ends, they even give you into, it ends in July, but they give you an August calendar and a September calendar to plan on, which is really nice. So if you're planning ahead and you don't have the next planner yet. Oh, I should mention they do have major holidays on your calendars on the pages, like Labor Day and such. They're written in like that. Okay, then you have 2 more note pages. Then you have a home and family section. This is a pretty big section, you guys, with a really pretty cover page. Love is spoken here. There is beauty all around when there's love at home. This is your home and family section. This section, I think, is Together Forever. This is about you and your spouse. And there's stuff with money. Needs, how much money, did you get it or not? Wants, how much money, did you get it or not? Birthday plans, information to keep on your spouse, which is really good. But if you don't carry your planner around with you all the time, you should have it in your phone. Like allergies, neck size, pant size, shirt size, shoe size, date plans. Say 10, 12, yeah, 1 for each month. That's great. That's perfect. I love that. And then there's sections so you can think about them with your spouse and maybe what you want to work on in those different sections. So those 2 pages are kind of with you and your spouse. Then there's an all about me, needs, wants, stresses, triggers, motivations. There's a tracker here for actually all 12 months, I think. 1, 2, 3, 6, yeah, there's 12, and it goes up to 31 days. And so you could track any habit if you want to see it in a month view, which I actually really like because Inkwell Press, as you guys know, that I'm a big fan of and used for quite a while. The one thing I might miss the most is their monthly habit trackers, because I like to see not just how I'm doing on a week view, but like how did I do that month with my scripturing and journaling? How did I do that month with my gym? without just having to go back and look at each individual week, this would just be a quick color in and be able to glance at it. Then information about you and your sizes, a big extra box, and then things that you might want to work on. Okay, your self-esteem, your talents, hobbies, friends, work, ethic, activity, testimony, education. Just, trying to get you to think about things if you want to better yourself. Then it's the little things. This is another information page, I'm guessing, for your kids. Yes, because it has a place to put their name. How many do they give you of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you have more than 6 kids, then too bad. I'm just kidding. But they give you 6. It's a 2-page spread per kid, and it gives you their needs, their wants. This is really nice to keep track of for the whole year. If you're a parent, you would know this, because I'm kind of always keeping an ongoing list of stuff like this, but it's not in my planner and organized like this. But what does that kid need coming up? What have they said they want? So you can look at it for birthday and Christmas. A monthly tracker, or for 12 months for that kid, maybe to keep track of anything. Stuff for that kid to work on these things. If you're going to be, meeting with them weekly or monthly to talk about some goals. Birthday plans for that child. 12-month boxes if you want to keep track of who knows what. If you want to try to do something special with each kid once a month, it's laid out the 12 boxes for you to do what you may there. And their pant sizes and all that. So that's really nice to have 6 of those per kid to keep track of. You always know it's there and you know where to look. Then you have family ideals working together to have a mission statement, rules, traditions. What do you want to keep up? Family goals under spiritual, educational, physical, social. Now, these are zone cleaning ideas. If you haven't heard of that, you can look it up, I'm sure. It's dividing stuff into zones and then basically giving each kid or person a responsibility, a zone to be over, like the kitchen's a zone, the living room's a zone, the dining room's a zone, and their zones would rotate, and they're giving you ideas of what to clean up in that zone, just ideas and room for more. Divide and conquer, so what's the responsibility, who's in charge, and how often do they do it? If you're doing it all yourself, you're doing it wrong. I agree with that. Financial management debt elimination calendar. So if you're doing like the Dave Ramsey thing, here's 5 debts, debt elimination calendar to get rid of. And here's to keep track of tithing and donations or your financial reserve, your savings account. So that's nice little charts to keep track of for you all in one place. Prepare every needful thing. This is like an emergency plan. If you want to work through this type of stuff, like 72-hour kits, medicine, bulk food, first aid, gear, tools, documents, seeds, garden, tech backup, fuel, oil, alternative shelter. Sorry, guys. I couldn't get that one today. Important information. So if you are into having all the emergency preparedness, which we are, as big into that as we can be. A house of order, daily tasks. So this is just dividing up chores, basically, and weekly tasks for yourself, probably, is what it looks like to me and what I would use it for. Monthly, quarterly tasks. I really like this because sometimes I won't remember when I do these things, that I might just do monthly or quarterly. And if I actually write them down, and here it's divided into the 4 quarters, then I'll know, oh yeah, I did that back in February. So I actually really like that chart. That one I could see coming in very handy for me. As far as those monthly, quarterly tasks that you don't remember if you do or when you last did them. Annual tasks on the house or the yard garden, those are nice to keep track of or remember that you need to do. Here's a vacation planner page and kind of like a packing checklist. So every trip, if you've already made this list, you can just kind of look at it and you're not having to like redo it. Okay, you have some note grid pages. Then you have, their website is intheleafytreetops.com, and I will link that below in my description. You have a little pocket folder, and their folder seems great. It's just tinier. You would have to fold up a piece of paper to let it fit, and it's really cute. Do something creative every day. Keep it simple. Then it comes with a hooked in, you cannot take it out, zipper pouch. Now, I'm not sure if this was supposed to be backwards this way. I don't know, because it seems backward with the red facing down. I guess it doesn't matter. But any little notes or business cards you want to stick in there, the Ziploc works really easily and opens and shuts easily, and it's really slim. So it fits well, and it's just an extra accessory. Okay, guys, this is a section that I forgot to show you, so I had to come add this in here. I forgot to show you that for holidays, they throw in some extra pages just like I showed you for back to school. So at the end of December, you have some Christmas planning pages thrown in. So after your 4-week plan at the end of December, where you can do meal planning or whatever you choose here, they throw in some extra Christmas planning pages. You have a to-do list, you have decorations, traditions, miscellaneous, you have appetizers, main dish on the side, desserts, treats, beverage, other, miscellaneous, and even a place to scribble down a recipe if you needed that. You have a Christmas gift planning pages laid out here. So there's a double page spread of this, and you can put the person's name right here. You're going to write the gift you're thinking of getting for them, and then if you buy it, you check it off. Did you make it, or did you wrap? And did you wrap it? So it's either buy or make, whichever the gift is, and wrap, and how much it costs. That's a really good idea to keep track of within your kids, so you can see what you've gotten yet. Have you wrapped it? Because I know, being someone with not much space to hide away gifts, that I end up hiding away gifts and then completely forgetting about them. I don't even know what I've wrapped and what I haven't. Honestly, this is true. If you don't make a list and you have kids, these things happen. I have had Christmas gifts that I end up getting out months later that I find, or stocking stuffers that were left. So if you have a list of all your gifts and whether you've wrapped it or not, even whether you've bought it, just to keep track. So, and there's 5 on each page, so you have room for 10 people's names. And of course, if you're buying your kids smaller things and you need to use like 2 for, a kid, you can do that. So there's 10 different names available there, 10 different slots. You have a list for stocking stuffers, how much you spent, and if you got it. Oh my goodness. If I actually kept track in the younger years, now I don't so much go overboard on it because they're older, but all those little stocking stuffer items, when they were little, if I actually kept track of how much I was spending, I'm sure I wouldn't buy as much. So this is a great idea. Online shopping, I would need like a whole page for that because that's where the bulk of my shopping happens. But you could always transfer, online to this. But they're saying keep a list of what store you're going to, like is it Target, Walmart, the mall, and then keep a list of what you need to get there. And then you can check it off. This is a really good idea because during the holiday season, whether you want to draw this in a notebook or you have this chart, because this happens to me all the time. During the holiday season, you're just picking up more stuff. And whether it's food for parties at your house or family or gifts, and you need to remember like, okay, these are the things that are at Target that I need to pick up. These are the things that if I go by the mall, I need to pick up, or if I'm by the mall in stores that are there. So this is a really smart thing. Okay, sorry, talking too much about each page. Christmas gift planning for your extended family. So you can have the name, the gift you got your extended family, the money, check off. Parents, gifts, name, gift, money, check off. Friends, work, church, same thing. Just a list to keep your gifts organized. And then just more miscellaneous Christmas gift planning lists for names, gift, money, check off. Okay, now I would never use all those pages because I am never buying that many gifts. But, some people might need that much room, or it's just room to spread it out. Then at the end of December, you also have this year in review page, in which gives you 12 really cute sheets of file folders, notebook paper, spirals, and just so you can divide it into the 12 months and maybe write something wonderful that happened in each month. You could keep track of this as the year goes on so you don't forget. or write something memorable from each month, or a lesson learned in each month, however you want to do that. That's your year in review. Then you have your normal note pages at the end of December. Okay, so that's thrown in at the end of December, and then you also have even some Easter. Let me see if they're thrown in. Yeah, I put my bookmark here to remind me. All right, so the Easter pages. Let's see if I'm starting on the first one. Yeah, so you have your end of month 4-week plan, could be meal plan or whatever you're going to use that for. Easter, you have to-dos, decorations, traditions, miscellaneous, appetizers, main dish, on the side, desserts, treats, beverages, breads, rolls, favorite recipe. I just think these pages are done so cute if you love scrapbooking. So Easter is just a 2-page spread. That's it. Okay, guys, thanks for sticking with me for this long review. Like I mentioned, I think that this planner is best. You definitely need to be a mom. If not, you need to look at their Simple planner. And it's thicker than a 12-month, like I said, Erin Condren, because you have all those extra mom pages and list pages. And that's why the review was so long. I wanted to give you a really good idea of what this is. They also sent me a free ruler, which I don't know how much these are for extra. I'm sorry, you'll have to look on their site. It's just a really thick laminated. It's really cute. It pops in and out well. And I mean, I think it works fine. All right, guys, I think that's it. They have several covers that are so beautiful, and this one is so beautiful. And I'm so happy to review this one because honestly, it kind of blew me away with their new paper and their updated design. It's beautiful. So this one is the Mom on the Go from intheleafytreetops.com. That will be linked below. And I believe it's only $34, but I could be wrong, could be $36. I'll write that in here. Okay, guys, thanks for staying with me. I will do another review video that compares this side by side with the Erin Condren. All right, see you guys later. Have a great day.